Hi, this is Gary Kayye, and I'm using my new podium here to make sure that I have something to lean on here. This is the UDX Projector, which is what I used actually for my 4K tour last year, which you all are familiar with. We had something around 25,000 people watch the tour online, and then we had about 8,000 people watch it live. So this was the projector I used, but this was with a different lens. I'm here with Inge Govaerts, who's the spokesperson who's going to take us through a booth tour today, the Barco booth here at ISE. We're literally live on the show floor. So we're going to have people walking in front of the camera. We're going to have a lot of people in our way, but I want to show them what they would see if they were here at the show and why they need to come in the future. The UDX, what kind of lens is this? This is not the lens I used.
No, that's true. That's a USD. That's an ultra short throw lens, which makes that you can, well, put it like it is, on its head, for example. The good thing about this is, Gary, is that you can double stack it, but still have it very close up to the screen. That's one thing. There are also no heat waves coming through it. So that's really the cool stuff about projecting with this USD lens, the ultra short throw lens.
Yeah, and you notice that, I don't know, it's probably 3 feet away from the wall, and it's making, I'm not sure how big that is, but probably about 18, 20 foot wide image from about 3 feet away. And so this is obviously an ultra short throw product, but this is native 4K, but also laser. So there's two big things there, because you have a huge colorimetry improvement with laser, but native 4K. And because of that, because it's laser based, then you can basically mount this projector a lot of different ways that you normally wouldn't be able to do a traditional projection. Let's move over here, because one of the things that you launched here at the show that is new, that no one has seen before, and it's actually not a product yet for sale, but ultimately it will be, is a new 4K 60 projector that is for really high-end applications. And in fact, here you're showing it in a planetarium application, and it can be as bright as 60,000 lumens. So this is the XDL, right?
That's the XDL, indeed, and it goes from 30 to 60 to 75,000 lumen. It's in fact an RGB laser projector, and it's in fact a legacy from what we did in cinema. Here we only show it at 30,000 lumen because there is no lens that is capable of really, how would I say, process the amount of lumens that is coming through it.
Yeah, and also the bonding technique used for lenses, they wouldn't be able to handle the heat. It would literally delaminate, because ultimately lenses have to be, there's a lamination process of pushing the glass together. And it's so much heat from a brightness of 60 or 70,000 that's a problem. But by Infocom, I'm betting that you'll have a solution for that.
We might have a little surprise at Infocom, yeah, yes indeed.
I've heard rumors that you're working with a lensing company to fix that issue, because so ultimately no one has anything that bright in the market. And that development of that came from out of your expertise in digital cinema,
correct.
Right?
Correct.
So let's stop here real quick, because obviously one of the big new product lines, display lines that Barco launched a few years ago is the LED.
Yes, correct. So we have a full LED range, a full LED indoor range, high resolution.
This one's a 2.8?
This one is a 2.8. So if you walk throughout the booth, you will see from 1.2, 1.5, 2.5, and 2.8.
Yeah, show over there on that. If you can go back out there in the aisle a little bit, you'll see another LCD or LED over there. That one's the 1.2, is that right?
In fact, it's mixed. It's 1.2 and 1.5 together. Okay. And that is where we show an application of if you would have a lobby and you stand on the surface, and then you have the upper side, you can mix the pixel sizes, because you don't need as high resolution upstairs as downstairs. And that's another idea of the outcome-based thinking that we're doing.
Yeah, and what's interesting about LED is a lot of people think they need a finer dot pitch or pixel pitch than they actually need in a lot of cases. So over here, we're coming over to what's made Barco probably famous the last 5 years. If you're somebody, it's interesting. If you've only been in the industry 5 or 6 years, you would think Barco makes ClickShare, yes, and not even know that Barco makes projectors, because that's been the biggest message industry-wide from Barco in a while, is the ClickShare brand, which by the way has been very successful. Congratulations. But here, in addition to showing ClickShare as a collaboration product, you're also showing your other collaboration tools.
Yes, correct. So we don't only have ClickShare, of course, we have ClickShare 100, 200, 800, but we also have We Connect, We Present, which is all the active learning that is made available for everybody, for everywhere. And this is all being demonstrated here as we speak.
Yeah, and so obviously ClickShare works really simple and really quickly in a meeting room environment, in a small classroom environment, but for larger higher education, you have WeConnect, and then you've also made a big announcement here about how you're going to move this to the next level with cloud.
Yes, indeed. So we're going to set up a whole SaaS new business model where it all will be available in the cloud, and there's more to come on that in an upcoming press release.
Yes, we're gonna publish that information on our website. So if you want to learn more about it, you can go to ravepubs.com and Google, or sorry, search Barco, and you'll see that release. I can't give you too many details because even though it comes out later today, we're shooting it before it's official, and you're a public company, so we can't give away too much. So you're going to have to go search it, because by the time you watch this, that information will be out. Here's another LED here, which is a 2.5 millimeter pixel pitch. And we want to come over here to the UniSee. Yes. This has been the big UniSee product for the last 4 or 5 months for Barco, is UniSee. Tell me what makes UniSee different than every other video wall in the market.
So in fact, it's seamless. So it's LCD, but it has a special mechanic to make it serviceable from the front, which makes it all come together in a very easy way. For example, how you see it here, now it's in service mode.
Right.
So this is how it looks like when it's in service mode, meaning that you never have to get at the back, you don't have to access it at the back anymore. You can do everything from the front.
But the one that we're showing here, this is actually what it looks like when it's
yes,
it's fully installed, not in service mode. And when you say seamless, basically what you mean by that is what?
What I mean with seamless is that you don't have the seams like you used to have with previous LCD displays that were used. And that's how it looks like.
And that is LCD technology. I think a lot of people think when they look at it real quickly walking by the stand that's LED, but in fact it's LCD but it looks like the form factor of LED the way it sits together.
Yes, correct. And that's the big thing here. That is very important that it's LCD.
Yep. And here's your command center. What are you showing with this command center here? What's the messaging here?
So what we're doing is, this is in fact OpSpace that we're showing. So that's really the very easy control for one person, but who has a very clear and obvious overview. We're doing this together with Evans, where they have a very good before and after vision, and that's really before, where they have like 8 keyboards, 8 mice, too many screens. There's an alarm going off. They don't know where to look at, and this makes it all very simple and very easy to use. So user friendliness is really getting a high impact here.
Yeah, and then what's happened with the command center world is that it has gone more to a single operator solution rather than dozens of people in a room. So the last section of the stand, as we move around our 4th corner, we've gone through 3 of the 4 corners, is the live events section, and I think obviously that's what Barco built the reputation on over the last 20 years.
Image processing, correct. Image processing is really the key group of elements behind the show that is very unknown, but that we're very well known for. In fact, what we're showing here is all the Event Master and Screen Master units, but the only thing we really want to say is if you have a complex show, bring it on, we can handle it.
Yeah, and what you said, it's well known, but no one knows about it. It's kind of ironic, because if you're in the live events market, you know that Barco's in the live events market. But if you're in the meeting room market, you wouldn't know. Know that's out there. But in any case, this has been a fantastic tour. I appreciate your willingness to do this today. The booth is packed, as people can see as they've walked through here. I mean, there's probably 100 people standing in a I don't know how big this space is, but you need a bigger space.
We definitely need a bigger space. If we see what was happening today, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, they're picking not only they have a big crowd here, but they're going to pick your booth spaces starting today or tomorrow.
Yep.
So you have a shot at doing that. But the problem is the show is filled up. But of course, you can join us next year for ISE 2019. You can Google that and find out the dates. I'm sure it's around the same time, about second week of February. You can see all the Barco products that we just showed. All of them that we showed here are all on their website, with the exception of one at barco.com, and that's the 60,000, 70,000, 30,000 4K XD, is it XDL?
XDL, indeed.
Yeah, XDL projector. That's not online yet, but it will be by June. I'm promised that by Infocom you'll have a finished product.
For sure, and you'll be the one to see it first.
Good. Hey, you heard that. I'm counting on that. I'm a huge fan of I'm an image snob. Okay, I'm an image snob.
That's okay.
So I do want high resolution, awesome looking images all the time. You can see we did go around and shoot individual products here at the Barco booth. So all you have to do is go and type in Barco in the video search window at ravepubs.com/ISE 2016. 2018. Sorry.